using a ratio of 5 to 4. 5 to 4. Yeah, figure it out, it's 5 to 4. And if you want to go a little further, you can go to 6 to 5. Here's the sound of 6 to 5. As you hear, it's the minor third. The minor third is very nice. The minor third is very nice. It's 6 to 5. That's right, I raised the upper voice by a frequency ratio of 6 to 5. And now we'll try the next one. They used to call these the super particular ratios, but that don't matter at all. Here's the ratio of 7 to 6, 7 to 6, 7 to 6. It's the ratio between the 7th harmonic and the 6th harmonic. Oh yeah. You don't usually have that in the regular scale. It's too small an interval. A little smaller than your regular minor third.
Well, I like it.
And it's the harmonic of another note that's way down below the perfect fifth below the note of my voice right now. I'm going to add that too. How do I get the perfect fifth below my voice? The perfect fifth is a ratio of 3 to 2, of 3 to 2. So to go down a perfect fifth, I go down by a ratio of 2 to 3. 2 to 3, and now I'm adding a ratio of 2 to 3. Oh yeah, so now I have 2/3. I have 2/3 the frequency of my voice, and I've got the 7 to 6, the 7/6 ratio. So the total number of ratios involved in this sound is 7 to 6 to 4. Figure it out, 7 to 6 to 4. Oh yeah, I like 7 to 6 to 4, don't
I like it too.
Don't you? Oh yeah! Now let's try 8 to 7. Here's the way it sounds when you do 8 to 7 above. 8/7 the frequency of my voice. 8/7 the frequency of my voice. So now we have 8 and 7. So let's add a 6 to 7 below. I take 6/7 the frequency of my voice, and I'll add that in. Oh yeah, here you go. Now we have a chord that's 8 to 7 to 6. 8 to 7 to 6. Wow, wow. Nice chord. I love this chord. Don't you think it's very nice? Oh, yeah. different sounds. Just keep adding the different ratios in different ways, changing the ratio of the pitches. Now I know you can't always do this on your computer, but when you figure it out, you can do it on your own instrument as well. Maybe you can change the pitches on your computer to give yourself something to tune to. That's what I do, yeah, that's what I do. I record a CD with the notes, the different notes I want to tune to. So if I slip down to a different note, I'll know what I am doing.
Two things here. Two things. See, one is that the use of a computer and a sound software system enables people to have the control over the manipulation of sound in a way that was never possible before. And this is interesting. I say this in spite of the fact that even simple electronic packages include chorus type effects and so forth. But with the computer and very simple operations using ratios like this, pitch ratios, it's easy to find new territories that are basically too refined, you see, like, it's very hard to discover these things on an instrument or voice because you can use like a little tiny pitch change. So we can use, we don't have to have like the notes between the piano keys, like quarter tone and third of a tone and blah, 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 blah. You can do things that are very, very, very careful and extremely controlled. But who's doing that? I think that there's a capacity in today's technology for exploring different things with, with sound, but I mean the same technologies carry over into visual resources as well. To control instead of like big effects, to control very fine manipulations that people haven't been working with, you know. But this means that it may be necessary to actually move away from such a gross instrument as the piano, where it's just all dan, you know, like it's like all the same notes all the time, and we have moved to noise. Noise, it's a good thing, but it's less refined than the capacity of working with computers allows. So I'm very interested in what people think about what could happen with the future of work with sound, music and sound, and what you're looking for. You know, I think there are some people who may have ideas about this, like friends of mine who are here, like Jerome and Shelley and so forth, who are really like master musicians and work with this problem. But at the same time, I think many people feel like, oh wait, I've heard everything now. You know, it's like boring. What's new? You know, like what is there to do with sound anymore? Yeah, and I wonder what direction things can go now. That's one. The number two about this is that you notice the relation between the numbers and the pitches. Well, this is an old story. it turns out that this relationship between numbers and pitches is actually 2,500 years old in the West. It's a theoretical relationship which goes actually back to the Pythagoreans. Pythagoras, who knows? But it was a community, a religious community in southern Italy in around the year 500 before the present era. And so the idea that a certain string length of ratio of, say, 2 to 3 would produce an interval that's recognizable as a melodic interval. Dun, ding, dun, dun. That, in other words, that the tune that you already know corresponds to numbers. This is a relationship between real world and mathematics. And so, like in later times, people claim this is the first scientific truth ever introduced in the world. That there's a relationship between number and reality. And it was very seductive for the Pythagoreans who believed that everything is number. Now, okay, you can have an idea that everything is number, but I mean, who cares? And why would that be? And how do you prove something like that? See, but here was a clue. Here was a clue to the idea that everything is number. See, like for example, a wedding is obviously a division, a relationship between an odd number, that would be a male, and an even number, which is obviously female, yeah, this kind of thing. Yeah, so everything was, it was almost like the Pythagoreans used a number almost like a tarot card. Yeah, so you could